All right, today we're tackling a real head scratcher, a puzzle that's affecting some of the best schools and universities out there. We're going to get into it.
I mean, think about it. It's a crazy situation, right? You might have these incredible programs, amazing teachers, top-notch facilities, but the enrollment numbers just don't reflect that quality. It's a super frustrating reality for so many institutions right now. And this right here, this is what we call the enrollment paradox. You've got these brilliant programs sitting half empty. Why? Because parents, when they're stressed and overwhelmed, they often just go with the name they already know, even if it's not the best option. You've got amazing teachers and facilities that families literally have no idea even exist. So what happens? Enrollment goes down, even though your outcomes are way better.
So, what's really at the heart of this? What's the root cause? Well, it all boils down to two simple but powerful words: digital invisibility. In the world we live in today, if parents and students can't find you easily online, you might as well be invisible.
And this is the part that I really want you to let sink in. Academic excellence, all the hard work, all the investment, it's just not enough anymore if the right families never even get the chance to find you in the first place. It's a tough pill to swallow, but quality alone isn't the golden ticket it used to be.
And if you're wondering just how big this digital shift is, we'll take a look at these numbers from Malaysia. Internet penetration is at a massive 97.4%. That means pretty much every family is doing their research online. Over 83% are on social media. And that TikTok search, that's almost half the population. This isn't just for fun, it's where real decisions about education and careers are being made. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a big one. But the good news is there is a solution. This is where we pivot from the problem to the fix. It's all about making a strategic change, going from being invisible to becoming a genuine influence in a family's decision-making process. And that solution has a name: Pinpoint Education. So what is it exactly? Well, think of it as a specialized advertising strategy. Its entire purpose is to turn those hidden gems, those invisible institutions, into household names. And it does that by targeting the whole education ecosystem, not just one small piece of it. So how does this actually work in the real world? It's built on these four core strategies that work together. First, the school gate strategy. This is about reaching parents and students where they already are every single day. Then you've got geographic intelligence, which is just a smart way of saying we target the exact neighborhoods where your best fit families live and work. Third, a cross-platform presence, so you show up everywhere they're looking: TikTok, Google, you name it. And finally, and this is so important, enrollment tracking. We only measure what actually matters: applications, campus visits, and students in seats.
All right, so we've got the big picture strategies. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the how. This is the actual four-step process that guides a family all the way from not knowing you exist to becoming an enrolled student. First up, we map. This isn't guesswork. It's about using data to find exactly where your ideal families are, both online and off. Then we launch. We take your unique story and we get it out there, across all the platforms they're using every day. Step 3 is repeat. We make sure they see you again and again, because that's how you build recognition. And finally, step 4, improve. We use real-time data to see what's working and what's not, and we tweak things constantly to get you the best results. And that brings us to the psychology behind that third step, repeat. There's a reason for it, and it comes down to this number 7. Research shows that's about how many times someone needs to see a brand before it starts to feel familiar, and more importantly, trustworthy. And when you're talking about a decision as big as education, trust is everything. Okay, theory is one thing, but does this stuff actually work? Let's talk proof. Let's see how this all translates from clicks on a screen to actual students walking onto campus. And wow, here it is. The numbers really do speak for themselves. We're not talking small bumps here. A local kindergarten saw a staggering 138% increase in enrollment. An international school, 121%. A highly specialized tech university saw 98% growth. This isn't just a concept, it's a proven engine for growth across all kinds of schools. So what's the secret sauce? Why does this work so consistently? Well, it boils down to a few key things. First, there's no wasted money. Every single dollar is spent targeting potential families. You get maximum visibility because you're literally everywhere they're looking. The whole strategy is constantly being improved based on real enrollment data. And that repetition. It builds familiarity, and familiarity builds the trust you absolutely need for families to make that big decision. At the end of the day, it's about a fundamental shift in approach. You've got the old way, which was kind of scattered, right? It was hope-based marketing, focused on things like likes and views, vanity metrics.
The Pinpoint way is the opposite. It's targeted, it's data-driven, and it's laser-focused on the only thing that matters: real, measurable growth in your enrollment numbers. So let's bring this all back home. Let's talk about your institution. What does this path to growth, this journey from being invisible to being totally visible, actually mean for you day to day?
Well, first off, it means you become a familiar top-of-mind choice. You're the name that parents already know and recognize. Through that visibility, you build natural trust. Your budget gets way smarter because every penny is going towards reaching the right people. And the result of all that, you start having quality conversations with families who are already warmed up, already interested, and that leads to better, more committed enrollments.
Look, if there's just one single takeaway from all of this, I want it to be this sentence right here. Be visible in the places you want to grow, and be familiar when it's time for families to make that final decision. That's the core of the whole strategy.
Because that's the mission, right? It's simple, but it's ambitious. To take your excellent institution and make it completely, positively, impossible for the right families to ignore. So if you're ready to make that leap from being invisible to, well, inevitable, here's how you can get started. You can reach out to the team at 3/3 Inc. via email, send a message on WhatsApp, or just check out their website to start the conversation. And I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. Seriously, take a moment and imagine, what would change for your school, for your university, if the right families could find you easily, naturally, at the exact moment they need you the most? What would that be worth?